Good evening, everyone. We're ready to get started with tonight's ceremony, so if you could take your seats, we would appreciate it. As a quick reminder, we are on the MSD of Pike Township school property, and they mandate mask usage when indoors, and COVID-19 is still around, so if you need a mask, you can step out into the lobby. We've got some extras, or please place your mask on. We would appreciate it. My name is Meg Hogwood. I'm the Deputy Chief of Administration for the Pike Township Fire Department. Welcome to the graduation ceremony for recruit class number 21. At this time, the Pike Township Honor Guard will join us on stage. Please stand for the Honor Guard presentation and the Pledge of Allegiance. Please remain standing after the pledge for the invocation.
A half step, march.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order, out. Right face. Forward, march.
Thank you all. That was the Pike Township Honor Guard, led by Captain Bill Wilson, presenting the colors, and Lieutenant Troy Clements on the bagpipes. Now, I would like to invite Pastor Carlos Perkins to the stage for the invocation.
Good evening. I'm Reverend Carlo Perkins on behalf of Reverend Carlos Perkins from Bethel AME Church. Let's look to the Lord. Father God, we come before you today on this auspicious occasion of the firefighter recruit inductees. Father God, we ask that you would bless, keep, and protect them. Let them know everything that they have learned thus far, and that when it's time to execute, that you will be with them. We thank you for their teachers. We thank you for the mentors, all of the firefighters that have gone before them. And we ask you to bless the proceedings and everything that is to be here on today. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Thank you, Reverend. Hello, everybody. I'll be seated now. My name's Steve Mitchell. I'm the Deputy Chief of Operations for Pike Township Fire Department. And I'll be serving as your MC through the rest of this program tonight. I want to thank you all very much for being here to help celebrate these individuals who tonight are joining a remarkable profession, one that's steeped in history, tradition, and pride. It's an honor for all of us to be a part of this, so thank you. In addition to our recruits, fellow firefighters, recruits, friends, and families, we do have some other distinguished guests on stage with us tonight that I'd like to mention. With us tonight are Pike Township trustee Annette Johnson, City of Lawrence Fire Chief Dino Batalis, City of Lawrence Training Chief John Phelps, Wayne Township Fire Chief Mike Lang, Wayne Township Training Chief Scott Baker. Thank you. Thank you all for joining us tonight. At this time, I'd like to invite our own trustee, Annette Johnson, to the podium. Trustee?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Annette Johnson, trustee of Pike Township. Today is a very proud day for Pike Township and the Pike Township Fire Department. Firefighters are essential to the safety and security of our community. Our Pike residents know they can depend on the Pike Township Fire Department to respond to their needs. Today, we welcome a new class of firefighters into the Pike Township family. To all the family and friends who are here with us tonight, let me tell you, these recruits have made significant sacrifices to be where they are today. They have spent countless hours away from their normal lives, studying and training for this next chapter of their career. Thank you for your community support of me as well. On behalf of the entire township, I thank just not this recruit class, but their families too. Last but not least, my heartfelt thanks goes to Chief Darius McClendon, Chief James, and I hope I don't mess up this name. Chief, can you help me on that one? Mike Lisco, and Lieutenant Aaron Brown, who have put their heart and soul into their training process. They are sincere and passionate about making sure we have the best firefighters. They have provided these recruits with a solid foundation upon which to build their careers in the fire service. Gentlemen, please stand and thank you for your service. So I leave with you this evening a quote. When one becomes a firefighter, their greatest act of bravery has been accomplished. What they do after that is all in the line of work. God bless you and your family. Thank you.
Thank you, trustee. Now I'd like to invite the Pike Township Fire Department Chief Chris Tragesser, to the podium.
Well, welcome, City of Lawrence, Wayne, and Pike Township Fire Department. From Bethel Church, thank you very much for the wonderful blessing to start with. And to Captain Bill Wilson and the Pike Township Honor Guard, I don't know if they're still here. Once again, thank you for the presentation of colors. And to you, the recruits, you finally made it here. They're good. To begin with, I want to recognize and thank you, Trustee Annette Johnson, for your absolute dedicated hard work for this township and the effort you put into our fire department each and every day. I want to thank our Township Merit Board for the work they do, making sure our system is legitimate and by the rules, our Township Advisory Board for approving the financing and supporting the overall direction of our fire department. To our Academy staff, Chief Goodrich, Paramedic Instructor Kathy Ward, thank you very much for leading an excellent EMT school once again. Sarah Isler and all the para-fitness trainers for leading our physical fitness initiative. Unbelievable transformation once again, getting our newest members ready to go. And lastly, but certainly not least, to Chief McClendon, Chief Michael Lisco, Lieutenant Aaron Brown, and the entire training division, along with the officers and all the firefighters that comprised the instruction section of this academy. We continue to set the standard, second to none. Thanks to all of you for your hard work. I want to go a little bit of a different direction here, and I'm primarily going to be talking to the recruits, soon to be probationary members of our respective fire departments, but I'm going to be talking about our expectations and lay out the true mission of what you are about to agree to this evening. And many people have heard me talk about this before, but I believe tonight it's certainly worth repeating. So, we do not just respond to emergencies, EMS runs, and fire incidents, tactical responses. We have and will continue to be committed to total service to our community. And that is part of the oath that each of you are going to be taking shortly. Our department believes in the inclusion of everyone, and just like we all come from different backgrounds, so do the citizens that we serve, and we will serve them all equally. That is being part of helping and assisting in any way that our community and visitors call on us. This could be anything from locating a lost loved one, helping somebody back into bed that's fallen on the floor, or pulling over and helping somebody with a flat tire. And it could be anything in between. And these aren't necessarily the things that the media would describe as heroic, but in many cases, that's the most impactful thing that we can provide to that person at that time. So what is all this? It's service, and service is what we do. And it doesn't matter if it's one of our professional athletes that gain so much notoriety here in the township and gain attention, or one of our public officials, or one of our poor, homeless individuals that call Pike Township home. They all will get the same top-level service, and that service is and will be provided without personal opinion or judgmental attitudes. Now, no one can be more excited than you guys sitting there today. It's impossible. But I wish you could feel what I'm feeling, these chief officers are feeling, and certainly your parents, wives, significant others, all the children out here, and the ones that could not be here this evening. They're very excited for you as well, and they're nervous. Why are they nervous? Because they understand this is a dangerous job. They love and care about you. And as serious as the job is, I can assure you, you're prepared and trained for it. Now, although your training has just begun, you truly have the foundation to be professional, well-prepared firefighters here in the state of Indiana and with your respective fire departments that you're getting ready to join, and those department families. And as a family, both at home and here at work, the same support network that got you through the last few months, that network will be equally important to get you through your entire fire department career. The standard and reputation of a firefighter is up to here. It's up to here. It's very hard to reach, and you must and will follow that tradition to have a successful career and be part of the family here at the Pike. That standard will not change, and if it does, it'll only increase. Many dedicated women and men that have come before you have sacrificed and given ultimately for you to enjoy the advances that we have today at their cost. I want to repeat that. Many dedicated women and men that have came before each of you have sacrificed and given ultimately for you to enjoy the advances that we have today at their cost. And these firefighters, they had names. We know them, or we knew them, and we loved them. So do not take this lightly. Simply put, hard work pays off, and dedication always leads to opportunity. Now, one thing in common for all of you right now is a perceived love of the job, your excitement, and your anticipation of what you're getting ready to begin here. If you lose that feeling, your career is never going to be the same. You have to hang on to it and protect it. And I got news for you. It doesn't just get lost. If you get complacent, you're going to lose it. You, my new brothers and sister, are about 30 minutes away from what I would describe hitting the lottery of a lifetime, and you didn't buy a ticket. It wasn't luck or random draw. It was only a couple things: hard work and dedication. And then that same way, you're going to need that to get through the rest of your career. Hard work, dedication, and commitment. If you deviate from that path, that little slip of focus can derail you, and you're going to have to work twice as hard to get it back. And it's the same thing as deciding you're just going to stop working out for a little while. You can get it back, but it's going to be a lot more difficult, of course, than if you just maintain that every day. So the fertilizer for that growth and continued development, which you've already got a hint of, is surrounding yourself with mentors and being mentors. And the idea is when you're having a rough day today, that person that you inspired yesterday is going to be the person that lifts you up today. And that is the definition of team. And team is what we need, and team is what we expect. So seek out mentors that show you your mentors, and not the ones that just tell you they're mentors. In life, there are plenty of people out there willing to tell you what they've done, but look for the ones that are showing you what they do. One thing I mentioned to each of you when I stood in front of your class and had the opportunity to teach in front of the academy was a subject about safety. So if I'm mentioning that tonight, you can bet it's important. So I'm going to give you your final safety reminder. When we say we're counting on you to keep yourself and others safe, you can bet we mean it. If you see something, even as a probationary member, as small as it may seem, please say something. The one detail that you notice could be the difference between staying safe or being injured. So if your gut tells you to say something, say it loud and clear. And in closing, I want to speak to more of you out here and say a final thank you to all you, the family members, parents, wives, significant others, and the children that have been patient and sacrificed to let us prepare this next era of firefighters to begin their new journey. And remember, I'm warning you, it doesn't end here. We're going to have some rough days ahead, and we're going to come home and need some hugs, conversations, and just general encouragement throughout our entire career. So take the time and simply ask, how did your day go, or how did your shift go? As my wife will tell you sitting out here, it means everything. Thank you very much for the support that you have given to our new candidates and class of 2021. I, nor none of these other chief officers, make these fire departments. We make these fire departments. And in 30 minutes, you are we. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Now to share a few words with us, Pike Township Fire Department's Division Chief of EMS, Chief Mike Goodrich. Chief Goodrich was in charge of the EMT portion of the recruit school training. Chief Goodrich.
Thank you, Chief. As Chief Mitchell stated, my name is Mike Goodrich, and I am the EMS Chief for the Pike Township Fire Department. I had the responsibility of overseeing the EMT portion of the Recruit Training Academy. For some background, on average, EMS incidents account for 70 to 80% of all 911 calls. All of the departments represented tonight provide comprehensive fire and EMS services with all firefighters trained to perform life-saving medical skills and treatments. As the stats make clear, these recruits, soon to be probationary firefighters, will be tasked with assessing, treating, and transporting critically ill patients multiple times every shift. The average EMT course runs over a 16-week period with 2 or 3 classes a week, which amounts to a calm, leisurely paced curriculum. In the state of Indiana, EMT courses require a minimum of 152 classroom hours, 16 hours of field training, followed by national cognitive and hands-on skill testing. This Recruit Academy, above and beyond those requirements, accumulated over 180 hours of classroom training and upwards of 72 hours of in-field training, all in a 9-week period. As all of you are probably now fully aware, the hours we require, put on a Recruit Academy timeline, creates a fast-paced demanding, and labor-intensive program, all designed to test each recruit individually as well as their ability to begin to work as part of a team, something they need in the Fire Academy and throughout their career. Once all the hours are complete, those not already certified must take the National Registry of EMT's cognitive exam. This is an online test, not associated with any single book or any single curriculum, which has a fail rate of approximately 40% for all first-time attempts. While the Pike Training Academy has a 100% pass rate, I am proud to say that for the first time, everyone passed their National Registry test on the first attempt, so congratulations to you all. I'd like to take a moment to recognize the EMT school lead instructor, paramedic Kathy Ward. Kathy, can you please stand? In the back there. Kathy was the day-to-day lead instructor and leader of the EMT school and is the person most responsible for the success of the EMT program. Kathy coordinates all the other instructors, creates the tests, develops the training scenarios, and guides the recruits in their learning, and we cannot thank her enough for her efforts. In addition to medical training, the EMT portion of the school affords the training academy and the recruits 9 weeks to prepare physically and mentally for the rigors of the Fire Academy. Our Health, Safety, and Wellness Officer, registered nurse Sarah Isler, in conjunction with a cadre of peer fitness instructors, developed and oversaw daily, early morning PT evolutions throughout the duration of the Recruit Academy. In addition to physical training, Sarah also coordinated care and treatment for the inevitable bumps, bruises, sprains, and strains that occur during the Fire Academy. Not everyone is in attendance tonight, but I'd like to thank Sarah and all of the peer fitness instructors for their hard work throughout the academy. I'd personally like to congratulate the members of Recruit Class 21 and all of your families on a job well done. And with that, I will turn it over to Chief Mitchell. Thank you.
All right, I'm back. All right, before we get too far into this ceremony, we're getting ready to get into the picture binge-worthy moment. I just want to let everybody know that we have a photographer out here taking pictures. We are recording this as well. We'll make sure that you all have access to those through your Firefighter or in other ways. We'll get them to you, make sure everybody has those. So you don't have to worry about getting that perfect shot at the moment. We will have perfect shots for you, hopefully. With that said, when you come up, if you're coming up on stage to pin your fellow firefighter, you can remove your mask for that photo if you wish. That's if you feel comfortable with that. Okay, got that out of the way. Now, I will ask our Chief of Training and Incident Safety Division Chief, James Michaelisco, to come up to the podium, say a few words. And he'll be going through the directing the main part of the program here tonight. So, Chief Michaelisco.
Thank you, Chief. As I said, I'm Chief James Michaelisco. I am the Division Chief of Training and Incident Safety here at Pike Township Fire Department. I assumed this position a month and a half ago from Chief Darius McClendon, and I can tell you it's been one of the most rewarding, humbling experiences I've ever had the opportunity to do. So let's roll into this. First and foremost, I would like to thank all the family members, significant others, and spouses for their support that they've given their loved ones these last 6 months. I know as hard as it's been for these recruits, from day in, day out of just very strenuous training, I know it's equally been as hard on the families. And love is a very powerful force, and I promise you, when they felt like they were in a low, it was you that got them to have a high. And I would just like to thank all the family members for your support. Next, I would like to thank the training division, staff members, and all the fire instructors from Pike Township Fire Department, Wayne Township Fire Department, and City of Lawrence. Without your dedication and hard work, this this fire academy would not have been the success that it is. Next, I would like to thank Chief Darius McClendon and Lieutenant Aaron Brown for your hard work and dedication. And lastly, I'd like to say congratulations to Recruit Class 21. You made it. Now, on a personal note, for anyone that's not been in the fire service, I would like to explain the importance and the moment that we're about to witness when the recruits receive their badge. The fire badge represents a proud tradition of honor, dedication, and service. It represents the hard work and the willingness to never quit that each one of these recruits have displayed. For many members of the fire service, including myself, the moment they receive their badge is forever burned into their brains, only rivaled by memories like coming home from their first deployment, graduating college, marrying the love of their life, or the moment they heard the firstborn child cry. Recruit Class 21, this badge that you have earned not only represents your hard work and achievements, but the honor, dedication, and service of all the firefighters that have gone before you. Their legacy is now your legacy. From Benjamin Franklin to the late, great Chief Alan Brunacini, their story is your story. You are now a member of a proud tradition we call the American Fire Service. Honor them by loving the job as they love the job. Recruit class is over, but your journey has only just begun. Always be curious and hunger for knowledge. Never stop learning. Be a lifelong student of the fire service. Always be at your best when the public is at their worst. They deserve nothing less. Once again, I would like to say congratulations and welcome to the fire service, and it was an honor to be your training chief, even only for a short while. I'm glad to have been part of your life and your story, and I say go forth and do great things. Now I'd like to call Lieutenant Brown up to the stage to help present the awards for top scores and good attitude. Would you like to come around here, Lieutenant? So the first award we'll be giving is the top score, and this is an average between performance, physical fitness, and test scores. And the recipient of the top score this year will be Firefighter Dawson Bowling. You can remove your mask for a picture. Yep. The next award we'd like to give is for good attitude. These are people, no matter what life brings them or training brings them, no matter how bad of a day they're having, they always have a good attitude. And the recipient for Class 21 will be John Reinerson. Thank you, Lieutenant Brown. Before we start pinning the badges, we'd like to present a short video that shows a snippet of the many hours of training and work that these recruits put in.
Nobody knows why firemen are firemen. Not even they could tell you why. But it is time somebody tried. Firefighting is the most risky of all dead-end jobs, yet also the one where most workers are most likely to punch in early. It's hard enough to believe that. It's impossible to explain it. Fire and ice are uncomfortable separately or together. Wives hate the hours, kids love the noise, fire and ice. Any day at the firehouse, the bell from hell puts the dispatcher on the horn with a tenement tinderbox address, into bunker pants, rubber turnout coat, grab the mask and go. Minutes later, you're on site. As others run out, you go in. You'll need all you can carry. The 4-pound axe, a 6-foot hook, the Halligan pry bar. The ceiling concealing the smoldering has to come down, and it's one of those stubborn tin ones. In the scary dark, with heat eating your ears, you are gouging out and tearing loose and pulling apart, gulping air and tasting black. Your windpipe is closing and you've lost track of which way is out. Is it really worth it? Then there's that night another engine company gets there first. You see this wet-eared Wookiee hot-dogging ahead. His academy boots are still shiny. You lose him inside the crackling dark. You forget about him until your helmet warning bell says, "Get out." The battalion chief is calling you off. You get out. The other guy didn't. That day, we lost 2. Oh yes, firemen cry, but only briefly. The intercom barks again. This time it's a warehouse, a big fat multiple blaze, probably torched. On-site engine men draped with icicles, dragging a 3/4 pre-connect froze hose, are waiting for your big line. Laddermen can't make the building without you. Search, rescue, ventilate. Behind graffiti-fouled walls, you saved what you could, but the raging blaze that wanted to consume adjacent buildings did not, because you were there. Back at the firehouse before cleanup, you and the guys sit a spell, tired but stimulated, drinking coffee, laughing, feeling good about one another. Nobody outside your world can ever know this feeling, and you're doubting even God knows why. You're out of the shower now. Most of the grime and some of the cynicism are down the drain when you hear a strangely familiar voice saying, "It is worth it. It is worth it." And you're hearing this voice, and there's nobody there but you. It's a quiet voice from nowhere saying, "For salvaging things and people from flames, I have to rely on your hands."
As you can see, this academy is physically as well as mentally taxing, but each of these recruits gave 100% to learn the many facets of the fire service. And at this time, we are proud to be able to officially grant them status as probationary firefighters. I now invite City of Lawrence Fire Chief Dino Batalis to the stage. First recruit from City of Lawrence is recruit Seth Powers.
Head out to the X there.
Sorry, that's probationary firefighter Seth Powers.
Rotate for us so we can get a picture of you there. I promise pictures.
Probationary Firefighter Logan Splater. Next one's 207. Just making sure I'm putting that right. From Wayne Township, Probationary Firefighter Nicholas Brown. From Wayne Township, Probationary Firefighter Renee Brown. From Wayne Township, Probationary Firefighter Mitchell Crum. Now for the Pike Township Probationary Firefighters. First Pike Township firefighter will be Probationary Firefighter Dawson Bowling. Probationary Firefighter Chris Beaver. Probationary firefighter Dylan Boss. Probationary firefighter Tom Christensen. Probationary firefighter Eli Moore. Probationary firefighter John Reinerson. And last but not least, probationary firefighter David Bowman.
All right. And we just have to do the final details here. We'll now have some representatives from each department administration administer the formal oath of duty. City of Lawrence Fire Department is going to administer their oath in a formal ceremony on another day. So we're going to start with Wayne Township. So I'm going to invite Chief Mike Lang up to the podium to read the oath of duty for the Wayne Township recruits. If I could have the Wayne Township recruits stand, please.
If you'll each raise your right hand. I state your name. Having been appointed as a firefighter of the Wayne Township Fire Department, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully support the Constitution of the United States, laws and ordinances of the state of Indiana, and execute the rules and regulations of the Wayne Township Fire Department, Marion County, Indianapolis, Indiana, that I will discharge my duties regardless of race, creed, color, religion, sex, or national origin of the persons I serve. That I will faithfully and impartially discharge my duties to the best of my ability, so help me God. Congratulations.
All right, thank you, Chief Lang, and congratulations to the Wayne Township Fire Department's newest members. So let's give them another hand. All right, to administer the oath for the Pike Township recruits, firefighters, I invite Trustee Annette Johnson to the podium. Ms. Johnson.
Recruits, when I say state your name,
Go ahead and stand, recruits.
say your name. I'm going to read the entire oath, and after that, you can say, I will. I state your name. Having been appointed to the position of probationary firefighter with the Pike Township Fire Department, swear and affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America and the state of Indiana, that I will consistently obey all the laws of the United States of America, state of Indiana, Marion County, and the city of Indianapolis, and the rules, regulations, policies, and procedures of the Pike Township Fire Department, that I will obey and comply with all lawful directives of my superiors and faithfully discharge the duties of a probationary firefighter in a positive manner to the best of my ability. Please say, I will. I will. Congratulations to all of you and welcome to the fire service.
All right, thank you, Trustee, and another round of applause for the newest Pike Township Fire Department trustee. All right, now I'm happy to invite the no longer a recruit, but officially a probationary firefighter, Chris Beaver, to the podium to say a few words. Chris was selected by his fellow recruits to be the class speaker. Firefighter Beaver.
Hello, everyone. About 6 months ago, our class's biggest personality, who was definitely Dylan Boss and not me, nominated me to represent us as speaker during our far-off graduation, or what seemed like it was far off at the time. At that time, I just went with it because, after all, it was so far away. Writing a speech would be a problem for future me. But as it always does, future me slowly transitions into present me, and now I stand before you all today after racking my brain for several hours thinking how best to approach this. What I think it boils down to is this. We are all proud of what we've accomplished over our time in recruit school, but even more so, we are humbled and grateful. That is what I hope to express to you all tonight. So to begin, thank you to the trustee, Mrs. Annette Johnson, for her continued support of our department. From the little that I've been able to see, it is obvious that the township has the citizens' best interest in mind. I know that we 7 Pike recruits are excited to work in such a well-supported department. And this type of support is vital in cultivating the careers of both veteran and new firefighters. Without it, we would not have been able to witness the passionate and professional attitudes that came from firefighters with over 20 or 30 years on the job, who came out to share their knowledge with us on a daily basis. It feels good to know that we will be going to work in a place where the community leadership cares. Next, thank you to our department chief and deputy chief, Trageser and Mitchell, respectively. I don't know who ultimately has the final say in the long firefighter hiring process, and it is certainly long. But thank you both for the opportunity to pursue this career and for empowering those under you to successfully run our academy. Thank you to our initial training chief, Chief McClendon, for setting us on the right path for success during the academy. You emphasized to us from the very beginning that we would not be able to complete training without help, especially once fire school got going. And that proved to be true. At some point, each and every one of us graduating today had to lean on our teammates to get us through a situation, whether it was just a bad day, performance issues due to illness, or a skill gap. Your guidance prepped us to meet whatever those challenges may have been as a team. And thank you to the current training chief, Chief Michael Lisko, for your seamless transition into the role. You have emphasized to us that where we are now is only the beginning. No one graduating today is finished learning. I can speak for everyone up here, even those with previous experience as a firefighter, that we should be tirelessly seeking out new learning opportunities in order to better hone our craft, so that we may be as prepared as possible to step into someone's life on their very worst day and be able to competently offer a helping hand. For us, that begins with gleaning knowledge from the experience of the companies in which we'll soon work. Which now brings me to a thank you to all within Pike, Wayne, Lawrence, and also Decatur Fire Departments for giving of their time and effort to train us. First, thank you to our lead trainer, Lieutenant Brown, who was with us every day of fire school. Because of him, we were never in the dark for what may be coming next, unless what was coming next involved sliding around in the training tower while blindfolded. Lieutenant Brown was firm but fair, sometimes making sure we were well acquainted with the number of stairs on the training tower in order to further develop our team cohesion. It's always been weird to me how quickly running stair laps can bring a team together, but it's a tried and true method, especially in bunker gear. We appreciate the time that you put in with us and hope that the final product you see here reflects your efforts well. Thank you to those who worked as pure fitness trainers for meeting us early each morning and guiding us through the workout of the day. I don't know that I can say thank you for reacquainting me with CrossFit, because it's been a while, but it's tough to argue with the results. Thank you to each and every crew from A, B, and C shift that met with us through fire school to run drills. Thank you for coming out onto the training pad and sweating with us. The time and energy invested from the crew each day speaks volumes about how much the firefighters in the department care about what they do. My experience in the Army showed me that the units that cared about training themselves were the units you wanted to be in and fight with. I'm happy to say that I found that in Pike. Thank you to paramedic Kathy Ward for keeping your sanity as you guided what was then a fairly rowdy bunch through EMT school. Your experience and teaching skill allowed those of us without prior medical emergency medicine knowledge to become EMTBs without having to take any retests, allowing everyone to quickly change their focus to tackling fire school. Most importantly, I want to recognize and thank the families and the loved ones that took this journey with us. It's cliche, but it's true. None of this would have been possible without help from you. Without a doubt, none of us were as available to our loved ones as we wanted to be over the last 6 months. Thank you all for accepting that and adapting in whatever way was necessary. The fact is, the adaptations must continue as we all head into our shifts. You are all just as committed to supporting your firefighter as we are to our new careers. So thank you. Especially thank you to my wife for adapting one more time, and to her mom, Tammy, for keeping our infant daughter safe each and every day while we made our way through the academy. I'm 100% positive that I have not said thank you to all who deserve it, but I also don't want to be at this podium forever. So, I will close by saying that today's graduates are ready to get to the starting line of their careers. I challenge myself and the rest of the 2021 Pike recruit class to never stop learning, hone the craft, look to get out of your comfort zone as much as possible, and be active within your department. Remember to be there for your loved ones who make their own sacrifices in order for this career to be a possibility. I believe that we will keep all of this in mind and that each and every one of us is ready to get into the companies, be a sponge, and serve our respective communities. So one last time, thank you.
Thank you, probationary firefighter Beaver. All right. Everybody want to please join me one more time in congratulating all the graduates from Recruit Class 21. Big round of applause for them. Okay, as we come to the end of tonight's program, I'd like to again thank all of you for attending this special occasion. Before we end, I want to hand out one more thank you to an individual tonight. I want to thank Elaine Tolan, our executive assistant. Stand up for us, Elaine. Elaine's worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make all this happen, from this auditorium to the program in your hands to the cookies she's going to hand out there. So thank you very much, Elaine. And everybody have a safe trip home, and thanks for coming. All right.